Your broad-based government is to bring everybody on board so that we can together think about how we solve problems in our country. In cabinet, we have gelled very well. We are one team. Na mimi nataka niwaambie ya kwamba hata kwa bunge, mulikuwa kuna mtu alikuwa anataka kutumia nafasi hii kulete story. Lakini mtaona hata bunge leo kwenda mbele kwamba wameshikana pamoja.
Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen was born on March 12, 1979 in the serene rural surroundings of Elgeyo-Marakwet County, Kenya. Raised by Johanna Murkomen Kanda and Mama Margaret in the Embobut Forest area of Marakwet East, his upbringing was deeply rooted in community values and the harsh realities of rural life. These early experiences shaped his resilience, work ethic, and later commitment to public service. Murkomen's educational journey began at Chawis Primary School, about 10 kilometers from home, where he sat for the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education KCPE exam in 1993. Unsatisfied with his results, he made the unusual decision to repeat class 8 in 1994 at Kapsigilei Primary School, showing early determination to improve and succeed. He then progressed to St. Joseph's High School in Kitale for his lower secondary education, Form 1 and 2, before transferring to St. Patrick High School in Iteni for Form 3 and 4, where he completed his Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education KCSE in 1996. In 1997, Murkomen was admitted to the prestigious University of Nairobi to pursue a Bachelor of Laws degree. Although his studies faced some interruptions, he graduated around 2001 to 2004, reflecting his commitment to the legal profession. After obtaining his undergraduate degree, he enrolled at the Kenya School of Law to complete the mandatory postgraduate diploma in law, qualifying him to practice as an advocate. Driven by ambition and a goal outlook, Murkomen pursued further specialization, earning 2 Master of Laws degrees. The first was from the University of Pretoria, South Africa, completed in 2006, and the second from the American University Washington College of Law in the USA, completed in 2007. Alongside formal education, he became involved in academia, teaching constitutional and international law at Moi University, Catholic University of Eastern Africa, and the University of Nairobi. His academic work included research and consultancy on human rights and environmental conservation, collaborating with global organizations on these important issues. Before formally entering politics, Murkomen built a reputation as a legal analyst and commentator, especially during Kenya's constitutional review process between 2005 and 2010. His articulate views on constitutional matters gained public attention and respect.
There is an argument that's being peddled around that we agreed that we pass, then we amend. We never agreed anywhere. The people of Kenya agreed that this constitution is good as it is. They voted for it as it is. Okay. All these statements we were peddling, because I was in years with Badi and others, we were just telling them, okay, if there are even those issues, we will see when it passes. But it doesn't mean that when the people were voting, they were voting that we pass it so that we amend. 2, and most important, is that even the things that we want to amend in the Constitution, even the things that Americans amended within the short period after their Constitution passed, were not the things to assist the opposition to get to office.
In 2013, riding the momentum of Kenya's new 2010 Constitution and the introduction of a bicameral parliament, Murkomen was elected Senator of Elgeyo-Marakwet County on a United Republican Party (URP) ticket, allied with William Ruto's Jubilee coalition.
Of course, I'm very excited, very happy that the long journey, which we've traveled for almost 1.5 years, campaigning and explaining ourselves to the people, has come to an end. I'm very, very excited because of the resounding victory that I have achieved today, and we have achieved as a county. For me, it was more of a teamwork. It wasn't like, about me. I still haven't even met some of the people who volunteered to campaign. Some of them I've talked on phone, some of them I hear their stories. That means it was something more than myself, and I'm really, 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 very, very happy. Basically, I have always said that leadership is about an individual. No one goes to office because of their tribe or their community or their family. And the Constitution is very clear that you will even be held accountable as an individual. I think for the next 4 to 5 years, considering the next parliament will be shorter, most of us will be judged not because of where we come from, but because of the services we are going to deliver. And the confidence, unbelievably, as you all know, I led in all the constituencies, including where my competitor came from. And yet, that information was all over the public. That means that the people were looking for leaders, not their tribe, not where they come from, not their village, not who their wife are, and so forth. And really, I'm very, very happy.
Murkomen's 3 consecutive Senate terms in 2013, 2017, and 2022 established him a powerful political voice. He served as Senate Deputy Majority Leader from 2015 to 2017, and then as Senate Majority Leader from 2017 to 2020. During this time, he sponsored significant legislation, including the Urban Areas and Cities Amendment Bill 2017, the Food Security Bill 2017, the County Allocation of Revenue Amendment Bill 2017, and the Intergovernmental Relations Amendment Bill 2014.
But let me start by saying that food security is a very important issue for this country. Agriculture has been praised to be a serious foreign honor for this country. But, Madam Speaker, it is still appalling that we still import 90% of the rice that we consume in this country. We still import 75% of the wheat that we consume in this country. And we still import between 10 and 20% of the maize that we consume in this country, despite the fact that we have a lot of land that is arable. When the Jubilee administration, Madam Speaker, came to office in 2013, one of the things we promised the people of Kenya was to ensure that we will use irrigation for farming and open up the arid and semi-arid areas as places for irrigation. That is why there was argument that Badasa Dam, for example, in Marsabit, will be revived and be used to ensure that there is irrigation. That's why, Madam Speaker, Aror and Kimwared projects were put in place.
If you look at the formula that was presented by the committee, going by the position of the Constitution, Article 217, which says that in determining the basis of revenue sharing, the Senate shall take the criteria in Article 2031 into account, request and consider recommendations from the Commission of Revenue Allocation, consult the county governors, the cabinet secretary responsible for finance, and so forth. If you look at all these thresholds set by the Constitution, I don't think that the committee's recommendation, neither the committee's recommendation nor the suggested amendments comply with Article 217. Now, we have been here before. In the last parliament, we were here. And a formula was brought that was not satisfactory to all of us. And a few of us raised issues. And the Senator of Mombasa then, myself, Mutula, and others raised those issues on the floor of the House. And we agreed to shelve the formula for 1 year. The formula actually passed a year later because of the decision we made on the floor of the House. Now, I have this suggestion, Madam Speaker. One is that the formula that has been suggested by the committee is extremely divisive. Even if my county is benefiting, it is ridiculous to see that the other counties are losing colossal amount of resources. At a time that there is no formula anywhere for cushioning them, there is no way of protecting these counties. Madam Speaker, I am the senator of Elgeyo-Marakwet County, but I've been given responsibility to be a senator for all counties in the country. And the decisions we make on the floor of this House affects, Madam Speaker, other counties. And a country, if you will allow me an extra 1 minute, I'll appreciate. A country, Madam Speaker, and leading a country will be judged not by the way you treat the strong and the rich. It's how you treat the weak and the marginalized. And we cannot, Mr. Speaker, sit on the floor of this House and preside over a process that marginalizes those who have been marginalized for 50 years further. So that negotiation we are about to do here will not succeed in 1 week. This is my suggestion to those who are in leadership at the moment, that when we come back on this particular issue, we should first come back and pass the county allocation of revenue bill as it is at the moment, using the formula that exists, and the money goes to the counties. Then we take the next 1 year, Madam Speaker, we take the remaining 1 year to negotiate through this formula until we agree, until everybody can be able to say we live in a happy country.
He also chaired the Senate Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations, positioning him at the forefront implementing Kenya's devolved governance framework. In May 2020, amidst political realignment during President Uhuru Kenyatta's second term, Murkomen was removed as Senate Majority Leader. This move was part of an internal Jubilee Party route out targeting supporters of Deputy President William Ruto, Murkomen's close ally.
Mr. Speaker, I leave this House having sponsored a number of bills and having pushed many bills as Majority Leader, Mr. Speaker, because I was re-elected in 2017, given the responsibility of being the Majority Leader. And for the 2.5 years I served as a Majority Leader, I pushed so many bills and fought again, continuously fought for the authority and the protection of the mandate and jurisdiction of this House on matters bills, especially on the operationalization of Article 110 of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, that responsibility required at times to disagree with the executive of the very party, Mr. Speaker, that nominated me. I believe some of the reasons why I was removed as Majority Leader, apart from other external political reasons, is, Mr. Speaker, I brought to this chamber a 20-page statement challenging, Mr. Speaker, the Nairobi Metropolitan Services as an entity, Mr. Speaker, taking over responsibilities of Nairobi County. The President then might have been angry with me as the Majority Leader, but I remember, Mr. Speaker, that I swore that I will protect and defend the Constitution. I'm glad, Mr. Speaker, that as time goes, time has proven, Mr. Speaker, that I was right on the issue of Nairobi Metropolitan Services.
The expulsion was widely seen as political betrayal and intensified his standing among the Kalenjin community as a loyalist and victim of political persecution. Following the 2022 general elections and William Ruto's presidential victory, Murkomen's political fortunes revived. In October 2022, he was appointed Cabinet Secretary for Roads, Transport and Public Works, overseeing critical infrastructure projects.
Hii barabara tunazindua leo hapa ni barabara ya kuunganisha watu. Badala ya kutengana, tunataka kujenga daraja za kuunganisha wananchi. And because I come from here, my contribution kwa mambo ya amani ni kufungua barabara za kuunganisha wananchi wetu. So barabara zetu tutatengeneza 13 kwa Kerio Valley hii ya kuunganisha watu. Tunarudi tena Nairobi. Engineer Kandie ambaye ni mtoto wa kaunti hii ako hapa. Tumepanga kutafuta madaraja, small bridges ya kuunganisha nyinyi na majirani na kuunganisha mpaka West Pokot pale, kuona kwamba watu wameketi pamoja. Kwa wizara hii pia tunajaribu kuchukua kutengeneza barabara zingine kubwa. Barabara ya Barwesa kuja Kimnai kwenda Kolowa, tunatafuta pesa kutafutia wadhamini na kupitia marafiki zetu kuhakikisha tumetengeneza hiyo ikuwe lami kumaliza kutoka Barwesa ifike Kolowa.
Later, he was resigned as Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports.
These media people were blocking some of the key participants in this very important handover ceremony. My colleague, Honorable Salim Vuria, the incoming CS for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, and I was telling him to get used to this very long name. It's a mouthful. Thank you very much, everybody, for making it possible for me to enjoy this place. I will be coming, hopefully, to take tea with the CS and consult. But now I am going to take over, and I did actually take over the other responsibility in the Ministry of Interior. And as a country, I believe that we are on the right track. 2025 is going to be a wonderful culminate and to consolidate the gains that His Excellency the President has made in his administration. Thank you very much, and best of luck, my friend, Honorable Vuria. I knew him when I was a senator, and we met in his village in the county, and our friendship has flourished from then up to now, and I look forward to seeing him succeed. I believe in 2027 heights. I don't want to set targets, but I believe in the AFCON, Kenya is going as a team, national team. Apart from hosting a fantastic event, Kenya is going to advance as a national team to levels we have never achieved because of the leadership of Honorable Salim Vuria. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. Karibu Waziri.
On December 20th, 2024, he was elevated to Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, succeeding Professor Kithure Kindiki, now Deputy President. In this high-profile role, Murkomen is responsible for national security, public order, and disaster management. Key issues amidst Kenya's ongoing security challenges.
First, let me start by thanking His Excellency the President for giving me the opportunity yet again to serve the people of Kenya in this Ministry of Interior and National Administration. And I would like to say that I will serve with utmost dedication, with dignity, with respect to the people of Kenya, and I'll dedicate my time and energy and service to the people of Kenya. I understand the responsibilities that is bestowed upon me are serious responsibilities, and like I have done before, I will do so with all my heart, with all my energy, working together with the colleagues who are here. And therefore, let me thank them, let me thank the PSS, let me thank the heads of various agencies and departments who are here for welcoming me. And I want to thank in a special way the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, who earlier on has handed over this docket to me for the work he did as he was an acting minister, and for the effort he put to make sure that I have handover notes in a very short time. This tradition, which we seek to codify it into law, as you saw it recently proposed by Cabinet, is a direction that is very orderly, and I want to appreciate the PCS whom I have a lot of respect for, having worked under him a few years ago, more than 14 years ago, and developed a sense of friendship which has lasted this long, and I believe that I will continue benefiting from his wisdom even from this ministry.
Murkomen's career has not been without controversy. In 2016, allegations emerged that his law firm received cash 15 million from companies involved in the National Youth Service NYS corruption scandal.
Wakili ya huyo alikuwa anaitwa Murkomen. Alilipwa pesa, but you cannot even bring a page of a receipt that indicates that Senator Kipchumba Murkomen was paid even a dime.
In less than a week, the Elgeyo-Marakwet legislator has come out guns blazing in a fierce campaign to delink himself from a scandal that probably robbed the country of billions of shillings.
Similarly, there have been transactions involving Ben Gedhi and Josephine Kafura with Senator Kipchumba Murkomen and with Farouk Kibet.
In his recent statement, Murkomen now denies ever receiving 15 million shillings from his client out of the box. He notes, quote, "A cursory observation makes this ridiculously high amount for legal fees by an individual. As a matter of fact, if there were legal fees, then the transaction in question would have been in excess of 3 billion. End quote.
I am not the first lawyer to represent criminals. I will not be the last lawyer to represent criminals.
The senator was referring to claims that he had deliberately overcharged his client. In a rebuttal to claims by Anne Waiguru that he, Murkomen, was part of a communication chain that received money from businessman Ben Gedhi, Murkomen now says that Ms. Waiguru is a well-known liar trying to wash herself using his good name.
I will not carry your cross.
We will show you evidence of all the meetings done.
Angela Ngwenye's revelation to the PAC that her company received 90 million shillings seems to sharply contradict her lawyer's statement that her company never had any business interactions with the NYS.
With the funds allegedly used to purchase prime land in Eldoret, Murkomen denied wrongdoing, stating the funds were legitimate legal fees. Though investigations by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission (EACC) did not result in charges, the controversy lingered in public discourse. In 2024, as Transport CS, Murkomen faced criticism over a controversial lease deal granting Indians Adani Group management rights to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport (JKIA). Crisis alleged a lack of transparency and competitive binding, though Murkomen denied impropriate. He also faced accusations of mismanagement and delays in key roads projects during his tenure as roads CS.
Speaker, for the airport, I want to be very clear, Mr. Speaker, to the people of Kenya. I have not, and I do not have the capacity to enter into any PPP as a person, as a cabinet secretary. And I have not in any way sold the airport. Mr. Speaker, the truth of the matter is this. The president has said this publicly. The PCS has said this publicly. PPP, the people of Kenya need to be taken through the process of PPP. A PIIP proposal, which is the case of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, that is privately initiated proposal. Mr. Speaker, which is part of PPP. Mr. Speaker, is not the first one. The first PIIP, Mr. Speaker, in this country was the road, the expressway. The expressway was through a PIIP. The government evaluated it. They found a proper contractor. Now we have expressway with a contract period of 30 years, transferable back to the people of Kenya once the road is used and maintained. Mr. Speaker, the difference between the expressway and the airport is that there was a proposal. And this is not just one proposal. People keep coming with proposals. Some are serious, some are not serious. Some you invite them to come for meetings, they don't come. When a PIIP proposal has been done, one, the contracting authority, in this case Kenya Airports Authority, goes through a preliminary process of establishing the viability and the verifying the existence of the company, the capacity, and so forth. Once they do the preliminary process, Mr. Speaker, as the case is in Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, that process now moves to PPP committee, PPP's directorate in the ministry, in the treasury. That process has not even reached the treasury yet. What the Kenya Airports Authority was to do is to first establish the relationship with the proponent. Now, they have reached a certain threshold now that they should be able now to do public participation and stakeholder engagement, after which they will send the report to PPP's committee. The PPP directorate will move it back to the contracting authority. The contracting authority will write to the ministry. The ministry, the cabinet secretary in charge of transport, when the time comes, will write to the attorney general. The attorney general will go through it, Mr. Speaker. If he agrees, also it is forwarded to the treasury minister. The minister, if he agrees, you do a CAB memo. And you know, Mr. Speaker, you have worked in government. A CAB memo will be circulated to among the parties. It's tabled in the cabinet, and if the cabinet agrees, they pass it. So for someone to wake up one morning and say all such an elaborate process would have involved one individual, let alone even one agency. A PPP process is a collective process of government, and I want to assure the people of Kenya that your assets are safe. Jomo Kenyatta International Airport is safe. When this process advances, and I hope it advances, we will get to the level where we will make sure that the product that we get is going to benefit the people of Kenya. One thing I want to assure you, the first thing I did was to resolve the dispute that was there. There was a claim of 20 billion shillings hanging on KAA. Through negotiation and mediation, we made sure that we negotiated out, and only we are paying 600 million shillings. Mr. Speaker, that now the airport is ready for investment, ready to receive investment.
Since becoming Interior CS, Murkomen has faced calls for resignation over rising insecurity, especially in the North Rift Valley, and controversy over his alleged shoot-to-kill directive to police, which drew condemnation from opposition and human rights groups.
Now, pressure is mounting on Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen over his recent comments perceived to sanction use of lethal force by police against protesters, with 3 civil society groups petitioning the High Court to declare him unfit to hold public office. In the petition filed at the High Court in Nairobi, I should say, on Wednesday, the groups have accused Murkomen of inciting police officers to kill protesters. The lobbyists are also accusing the Interior CS of issuing illegal instructions to the law enforcement officers and attempting to take away the control and command of the National Police Service from the Inspector General of Police. The petition concerns Murkomen's recent controversial directive of shoot to kill following the June 25th anti-government demonstrations that left at least 16 people dead and 400 others injured.
Mtu yoyote mwenye atakaribia police station, piga yeye risasi. Mtu yoyote mwenye anatupiwa mawe, polisi anataka kuua polisi, ati atakuja kupembelezwa. Unafikiria bunduki ni mandazi? Lakini wananchi wa area hapa wenye anakuja kuripoti, mwenye amekuja kukosea nini, mwenye amefanya nini, anaandikiwa, unapeleka kotini, hiyo anapelekwa kotini. Lakini mtu mwenye anakuja kuchukua bunduki, mtu ameshakuja police station, anataka kuchukua ofisi ya serikali, anataka kuchukua bunduki, anataka kukujia maisha yako, pita na yeye. Hiyo kesi nyingine hiyo mimi ndio nitasimamia. Bora hujatoka hapa ati kwa sababu ya nini umeenda hapa nje kutafuta mtu ya kuua, hapana. Lakini mtu amekuja police station, ametaka amari, anataka bunduki, anataka maisha yako. Hapana bwana, hata kama ni madharau, hata kama mtu anadharau polisi, usikubali upigwe ati wewe umepigwa marungu na wewe ni askari uko na bunduki. Hiyo itakuwa ni bure. Fanya kabisa yenye utaweza. Tutafanya hiyo kesi nyingine baadaye. Tumemenisikia? Yes sir. Yeah, we will defend you, we will support you. We cannot allow our country kama sio nyinyi jameni. Hii watu wenye wanafanyia nyinyi madharau na kuongea Kiingereza mingi na wanaishi huko Karen, kama sio nyinyi nchi.
Additionally, legal challenges to presidential task forces he supported have emerged. Murkomen is married to Gladys Wanjiru Kipchumba, his former university classmate. The couple has 4 children, 2 sons and 2 daughters. Murkomen consistently emphasizes the importance of family, describing his wife as his key support system amidst a demanding public life. He advocates for disciplined parenting grounded in traditional values, expressing concern about the challenges modern families face compared to the communal upbringing he experienced. Murkomen's relationship with the Kalenjin community is central to his political identity. Early in his career, he was seen as a rising Kalenjin star, loyalty to William Ruto. After the 2020 ouster, he was viewed as a victim of political marginalization, which solidified his loyalty and standing within the community. However, post-2022, while still respected, some community members criticized him for perceived elitism and for delivering limited tangible benefits to the Rift Valley region. Nonetheless, his strong ties to Kalenjin politics remain a crucial element of his influence. As of 2025, CS Murkomen faces significant challenges. He is tasked with managing Kenya's complex security landscape, including banditry, cattle rustling, and gang violence. He must navigate public criticism and political opposition calling for accountability, balance reform efforts within the police and security agencies amidst judicial scrutiny, and maintaining his political base while addressing governance and transparency concerns. Despite setbacks, his hands-on leadership during nationwide protests in June 2025, where he personally oversaw security operations, highlights his determination to project accountability and control. Kipchumba Murkomen's journey from the rural hills of Elgeyo-Marakwet to the corridors of power in Nairobi reflects a story of ambition, resilience, and controversy. His career embodies the complexities of Kenyan politics, marked by fierce loyalty, public service, and the challenges of governance in a dynamic and often fractious environment. Whether admired as a bold leader or critic for controversy, Murkomen remains a central figure shaping Kenya's political and security landscape today.